Guys, today I'd like to introduce you a pair of earphones, the ROSESELSA open field. It has long been believed that Earclip style headphones cannot deliver good sound quality due to their non-linear structure. Their strength lies in the fact that they don't cause ear fatigue during long-term wear. However, in terms of sound quality, the low end tends to be somewhat weakened, resulting in a less expensive soundstage, weaker stereo imaging, and limited instrumental reproduction, making it difficult to achieve the immersive experience provided by in-ear headphones. Therefore, we cannot forcefully judge Earclip style headphones by the same standards as the in-ear headphones. However, the performance of these headphones exceeded my expectations. Among the headphones I've tested, it performed exceptionally well. Priced at $49, I believe it is a very worthwhile purchase in this price range. To more intuitively compare their sound quality, I bought in another model in the same price range, the Basis MC1. Both are priced at $49 and utilize directionally sound transmission technology, aimed at delivering sound more precisely into the ear canal rather than letting it diffuse in all directions. This helps reduce sound leakage, protect privacy, and to some extent improve sound cohesion and efficiency. How do it actually perform in terms of sound quality? Let's find out together. As mentioned earlier, the foremost consideration when choosing Earclip style headphones is comfort in wear, followed by how well they control sound leakage, a common issue with open-ear headphones. If they can deliver decent sound performance on the top of that, then they are a product worth buying. Therefore, in this video, we will mainly compare the actual experience of these two headphones in terms of design and wearability, evaluate their respective sound qualities to the same song, and assess their battery life and sound leakage control to compare their actual performance. Okay, enough talk. Let's get started. First, in terms of sound quality, let's compare their performance by listening the same sound with 80% volume of both. Through the specific testing, we can observe the sound performance of the two headphones as follows. Basis MC1. The bass has limited depth and somewhat slow rebound. The sound density is moderate, with a slightly muddy texture and weak layering. The drum sounds like solidity, and the bass reproduction and volumes are average. In the mid-range, the vocals feel somewhat distant. The separation between vocals and instruments is acceptable, but the vocals lack brightness and clarity. Female vocals are not particularly clear or engaging, while male vocals are relatively deep but lack warmth. The high-frequency instrument performance is decent, with moderate volume. The layering of instruments is somewhat lacking, but the extension is good. Electric guitar and violin sounds are reproduced quite well, and for the open field, the brightness in the low end is lacking, and the resolution is weak. The drum sounds have limited depth and lack solidity. The bass have some presence and value, but the overall soundstage is moderate. While the resolution isn't particularly high, some low-frequency details can still be faintly discerned. In the mid-range, the vocal distance is appropriate, with a warm and smooth texture. The vocals are bright and clear. Male vocals are deep and powerful, with moderate volume. Female vocals are bright and engaging, positioned at a suitable distance. Although some details are missing, the overall vocals performance remains pleasant, neither harsh nor thin, very well balanced, crisp, and clear. In the high frequency, despite some loss of detail, string instrument remains audible. The extension is Linkin, and the sound can be slightly harsh. Due to the inherent structural limitation of Earclip style headphones, the low end is partially compromised, and these two models are no exception. However, surprisingly, the ROSESELSA open fill performs exceptionally well in the mid-range vocals. Using the low-frequency enhancement option in the app can somewhat compensate for the low end. In contrast, the bass's MC1 exhibits some distortion when the low-frequency enhancement is enabled, making it less balanced compared to the open fill. Next, let's talk about the design. In terms of design, the two headphones each have their own characteristics. The ROSESELSA's open fill's charging case resembles a flattened chisel. The shell is made of smooth plastic, which is prone to fingerprints. The charging port and reset button are located on the back of the case, while the side features a lanyard hold. The flat design not only gives it a sleek appearance, but also allows it to sit stably on the surface, whether up front or layering flat, without easily shifting. Aside from the fingerprint-prone shield, there isn't much to criticize about the design. The earphone's C-bridge is made of soft silicone, offering some elasticity that maintains clamping force without exerting excessive pressure on the ear. Long-term wear does not cause any discomfort. Based on my personal experience, I often forget I'm wearing them, to the point where I nearly wore them into the shower. However, the open fill's waterproof rating is only IPX4, which is inferior to the bass's MC1's IPX7 rating, so wearing them in the shower is not advisable. The bass's MC1, on the other hand, features bass's classical elliptical design compared to the open fill. It has more curved softness, with a rounded and full shape that contrasts with the open fill's sleek and minimalist design. The two models differ in aesthetic preference, which ultimately come down to the personal taste. The MC1's shell has a matte texture, making it less slippery to hold and resistant to fingerprint, ideal for perfectionists. However, the reset button is located at the bottom of the case, making it somewhat difficult to find and reset. The earphones themselves also use a softer silicone material and feature an added elastic pressure relief air cushion for enhanced comfort. The design is more inventive, ensuring no uncomfortable clamping sensation. That said, in terms of the actual wearing experience, I didn't find a significant difference between the two models. The MC1 doesn't necessarily offer a better wearing experience than the open fill, despite its additionally designed feature. However, although the MC1 has better waterproofing, it doesn't mean you should actually wear it in the shower. Daily use should still avoid intentional contact with water. In terms of battery life, both headphones offer decent performance. The ROSESELSA open fill has a single-use battery life of 10 hours and a total battery life of 50 hours, while the bass's MC1 offers 8 hours of single-use battery life and a total of 40 hours. Overall, the MC1 falls short of the open fill's endurance. Although routinely charging can ensure normal use for a week, it's not as convenient as the open fill. In terms of usage, the open fill's larger single-use battery life clearly makes it more suitable. Even for a full day of work and commuting, there's no need to worry about running out of power. With the charging case, the total 50 hours battery life means that even charging just once a week is sufficient for most users. Based on the actual testing, both headphones excel in control sound leakage. Even at 80% of the maximum volume, there is no significant sound leakage. Here, we conduct a sound leakage test by placing the microphone at different distance from the headphones to measure the leakage. The specific test results are as follows. Through comparison, we can see that the open fill actually controls sound leakage better, with no significant sound leakage. However, it's worth noting that the test was conducted in a relatively quiet environment. In real-world usage, with ambient noise, this level of sound leakage may not be a major concern. From the test above, we can see that in terms of sound quality, the ROSESELSA open fill indeed delivers impressive performance for an Earclip-style headphones. Its tuning of the mid-range vocals is particularly commendable, offering a relatively enjoyable listening experience while fulfilling functional needs. It also excels in controlling sound leakage. In terms of design, both headphones have their merits. The Basis MC1 features more user-friendly design elements, such as the anti-pressure relief air cushion and the anti-slip texture on the charging case. However, in the actual wearing experience, it doesn't significantly outperform the open fill. Both headphones offer a comfortable fit with minimal clamping sensation and remain secure during wear. Unless engaged in very intense activity, they are unlikely to fall out. In terms of battery life, the open fill's single leakage and total battery life are more impressive, better suiting the needs for a week's worth of daily office work and commuting. As we mentioned at the beginning, Earclip-style headphones are not incapable of delivering good sound quality, although they sacrifice some low-end performance for the sake of comfort and usability. Products like the open fill manage to elevate the sound quality to a quite satisfactory level under these constraints. With a budget of $50, if you are looking for Earclip-style headphones, the open fill is an excellent choice. Okay, that's all for today's video. If you have different opinions about headphones, feel free to leave them on the comments down below. See you in the next time.